Leo, your energy looks gorgeous. I can see you are not taking any prisoners. You are back in this bitch. You are back in this game. You are not tolerating anything less than success. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you are armored up. It's gorgeous because you know what's happened? You got fire in your belly after a really difficult time in life, and you've been going through a lot of goodness gracious me, can I cope with this? I can't cope. I'm struggling to finally going, no, fuck it. I'm waking up, I'm kicking ass, and I'm getting my life back. Yeah? Gorgeous energy. Let's dive into the tarot. First card out is the King of Swords, and that is the energy you're presenting with. I love readings because the example I gave you was from the Oracle cards, and then we pull out the first tarot card, King of Swords. That is the energy I was just exuding. That was the example I just gave you. You are a powerhouse. You are giving me Three of Swords last year. Three of Swords 6 months ago. Three of Swords 9 months ago. That's real struggle. That's real strife. That's real upset. That's real difficulty in your life. Yeah? Not only that, also your eating habits could have changed. Your eating habits could have changed 9 months ago, and you started to introduce foods into your diet that you wouldn't normally eat, and it made you really, really sick, or it made you really, really better. Either or. Someone's changed their eating habits and it's changed you. It changed you, it made you really sick for a while, but now you're powering up. Yeah? Someone's really powering up of what they're deciding to eat now, and as a result, you are coming more into your power. Someone could also be doing a water fast. Changing how you drink water, or your water supply, or the water that you drink. I don't know, there's something very specific about your water intake and your water supply, yeah, which is really interesting. And in my head, it makes me think about someone who actually gets water delivered to their house by a specific company and has a water machine or something like that. That's what I get in my head. Really weird, so I'll say it because it's just not a normal thing to throw out there. But if that is you, hit like, feel free to share more in the comments. And not only that, the other energy coming out of this was a community. What was so beautiful about your energy is you're not doing this just for yourself. You're doing this for a community. You're doing this for evolution. You're doing this as part of your purpose. You're doing this as part of your destiny. And it's gorgeous. And you're building a healthy home, a community, a network. You're building the life of your dreams. And you're not giving up on it. You're not giving up on it. And you're going deep in on this now. And that's what the King of Swords is saying. Followed by the Eight of Swords. Yeah. You're slowly coming out of this because it's that first energy of the past trauma that you've been through that had you really sitting around like, can I do this? Can I do this? And I think you normally wouldn't show up as King of Swords in a deck. When I saw King of Swords come out, I was quite taken aback. I was like, wow, that's quite different to your normal energy. You're exuding King of Swords. That means you're intelligent, you're smart, you're wise, you're purposeful, you're determined, you're clear in your mind, you're logical, you're analytical, you're not wasting time. Great window of time for you right now. I would say over the next year, if you exude this energy and you stay really, really positive, you're going to achieve great things. Great things. If you are feminine in this vibration, then you're an absolute powerhouse. And that makes even more of a difference because this energy is often associated with men. Businessmen as well. Corporate. So if you're exuding that as a female, then you're about to level the hell up in business and finance. And that doesn't happen overnight. That takes a really, really long time, but don't you stop, keep going. Back of the mind, 10 of Wands, you still got heavy energy with you, but front of mind, 9 of Cups. You still got wish fulfillment, you know what you want in life. Well done. You're exuding really, really powerful yin and yang energy. It's showing me that you know the difference between the shit you've been through and where you're going. You're clearing your mind. Please pin this moment in life, maybe even pin this reading as a reminder, but pin this moment in life. How on earth did you get to this point where you're at right now? What helped you? What saved you? What were you doing? What were you eating? What were you drinking? What were you writing, saying? Where were you working? How many times were you praying? Explain to me how you got here right now, because you're going to need to remember this. Because this is the formula and this is the code for healing and this is what you've conquered and cured and this is what you need to remember anytime life gets difficult again, because you do have the Eight of Swords and you do have the 10 of Wands, which shows me you do bounce back and forth to a lower energy where you question whether or not you can really do this. But because you're in King of Swords right now, you're kicking ass and you're letting it go and you're moving forward and you're like, hell yeah. And this will get you far, but you will experience burnout and you will experience lower vibration just because that's a natural thing to happen. So don't doubt that there will be another moment in life where you feel a little bit low again. And in those moments, remember this. Remember what got you out of it. Remember this high vibration you're in now, okay? And give yourself time off every now and then when you do feel lower. Give yourself rest. Create a strong schedule. Because when I'm in King of Swords, I will go and go and go until I reach burnout, and then I'm crash, and then I'm upset, and then I'm taking time off for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, a week, or just the afternoon, or just changing my schedule a little bit so I can have a little bit more of healing time. And I hate it because I want to be back in King of Swords again. I want to be back in King of Swords. I love King of Swords energy. So make sure you have a healthy routine and a ritual and a schedule to balance it, because it feels amazing to be King of Swords. It feels purposeful. It feels powerful. You feel in your purpose and power. It feels great. Okay, so revel in that, but remember, balance is key. Okay, Two of Swords as well. There are still stuff in the past that are going to challenge you in the future if you haven't closed them out right, because it shows me in the past you haven't made all the right decisions. Yeah, wow. Now coming out, Seven of Wands in the future. It shows me that you're going to have to resist temptation. You're going to have to resist going back towards any toxicity in your reality, anything that is unhealthy, anything that makes you uncomfortable, anything that isn't clear in your mind, that isn't powering your King of Swords energy forward. Cut it. It's got to go. And I know it's heartbreaking. I know it's difficult, but it makes a difference, because what did I say? What have you been doing over the last few days that has made this energy possible for you now? Anything that wasn't in your circumference to make this energy happen, you probably don't need. So if it's family and friends, commitments and obligations, it's not about ignoring them and forgetting about them, but it's about grounding yourself and being really, really purposeful and powerful in you. Because you can't save the world or help other people if you can't help yourself first. And this energy, this gives me billionaire, trillionaire energy. This gives me big bucks energy. Yeah? Sometimes in life, if you want to be really, really successful, and it's not about being rich, but you want to be wealthy, because the wealthier you are, the more you can help others, the more wealth you can give to other people. Yeah? You can't give from an empty cup. So it's about filling up your cup first. So in some instances, you're going to have to pull away from certain people that only take from you and take from your cup, because you can't give to from an empty cup, and all they do is take from you. And if you have predominantly heavy relationships that are riddled with people that just take from you, then question that as well. Because even when you move forward in the future, you're not going to want to go back to a relationship that still offers you nothing, but just takes from you. And you can give to them and support them still in whatever ways that you're willing to, but takers will be takers, givers will be givers. Yeah? So find more givers. Find more equilibrium in your relationships. Knight of Swords. Hierophant, move forward. Keep moving forward, and you are moving forward really, really quickly towards morality, integrity, strength. Build a community, build a network, build the people around you that you really want, because that's what I see in this community card. I will also say on that note, because it's coming to me, is be really, really aware of not getting into a habit of, because I see this all the time, especially in the spiritual community. So if you're building a spiritually based community or a food conscious community, because I see all of this meat here. So there's loads of meat flying around, and loads of carcasses and animal stuff, and then loads of water. So I don't know what kind of nutrition or food or dietary. It could be about protein and gains and stuff like that. But either way, food is really pretty present here. Water is really, really present here, and a community is really, really present here in the images, and a home environment is really, really present here as well. So with all of those energies, because it looks really, really holistic, what it says to me more than anything else is be really, really conscious of taking on this leader or beacon role. Because when you take on a leader or beacon role, you can easily get an ego, or you can easily get a superiority complex, right? Where you disregard how important it is to also have people that feel superior to. There's no need and there's no benefit in other people feeling less than you and looking up to you as the greatest. It doesn't benefit you. It doesn't. It benefits you more to have more people who see you as an equal on an equal playing field, where you can have a healthy exchange, because that person is going to be able to give you something in kind, equal give and take, like attracts like. Whereas the other kind of relationship will have people looking up to you and be needy of you and only take. And that's where it becomes exhausting, because one day you'll wake up, look at the community you've built for yourself, and realize you feed everyone in that community and you give everything to that community, yet they can't give to you. Yeah, you've got to help people give back to you and give in to the community. or have an equal give and take vibration, not just pour yourself out. Some of the greatest people that I've come across that build social media followings and massive platforms and do a lot of really healthy, positive stuff in the spiritual realm and just in day-to-day life, even on social media and different social groups, they really do go out of their way to overgive. And they pay for everything. I'll pay for all of this. I'll fund this for you. I'll do that. And then the ones that are being supported don't ever kind of really excel or become more motivated or make anything for themselves because they're just catered for. So they don't actually ever really evolve to much more, and they can't ever really give back because they're living in the loop or the cycle of just receive. I'll just receive and live with. I'll just receive and live with. I'll say thank you and I'll worship that person and I'll be grateful because they're my provider. Yeah. You don't want to just become a provider for people. You want to, unless you've got a massive network above you who's providing for you, someone needs to provide for you. There needs to be a chain of command. And that's very important in business, but that's also really important for mind, body, and soul. As a healer, as an empath, as a tarot reader, I've been in the experience, as a spiritual life coach, been in the experience, I'm helping everyone. I'm doing the guru thing. I'm reading tarot, and it's so rewarding and so amazing for me to give and give and give and help and help and help. And it makes my ego really nice when everyone calls me and needs me. Wow. But the truth of the matter is, I'm struggling, I'm in need, I'm going through stuff. Now it will be so nice for someone to help me. I've helped all of these people, goodness me, who can I call to help me now so we can reverse the roles and I can start to receive some of that emotional support that I've been giving out all of these years. Oh wait, there's not really anyone there for me because I've been doing all the emotional hard graft. I've been the emotional provider here, so I can't get none of that emotional sentiment back. But I'm down and out. Damn. I fucked up. That's when you got to look at relationships and really start to learn. And with that, the Hangman's just come out. So that's really going to me, pause, go within, enlighten yourself about what you really need and what you really don't need. And what is like attracts like. Because what are you like? And what are you going to attract? What do you need? What do you want? And what don't you want? One of the most important books that I have, I say that all the time, maybe, but it is. It is in my community post, if you want to see the front cover, on her 7D Consciousness channel. It's over there in the community post. It's called The Spiritual Journey of Enlightenment or something like that. But it's like the ignorance of spiritual enlightenment. Something about ignorance and spiritual enlightenment. It's a very simple, flat, light pocket book, really small, not too many pages, but it just highlights the real significance of what it means to be spiritual, removed from ignorance. Because when you go on the spiritual journey, you start taking on a position of power, anyone, not even a spiritual journey, any position of power you take on, your ego gets hit. And when staff start to need you and people start to want you and everyone starts to crave your light source, you can become a real dick if you don't check your ego and if you don't understand what spiritual ignorance is. A lot of people just assume I'm a spiritualist, this, that, I connect with God, I can see spirit, I read tarot, I'm a guru, and they take the highest stance of all, and they wrap themselves in ego. And it's really, really toxic at times in some of the worst communities you could ever imagine. Yeah. So bear that in mind and make sure what you do is healthy, whole, holistic, integritous and true, and be a businessman, a businesswoman, someone really steadfast and strong in your career. Keep working on you, your family, your emotional health can never kind of slip now. You've got to keep going with it. Go to therapy, go within, seek mental health advice or financial support or mental health support or whatever it is. Kind of like, I speak about mental health. We all have mental health. You don't have to be mentally ill to get mental health support or learn more about your mental health or go to therapy. They're just healthy techniques that keep you going. And if you're going to care for other people, do things for other people, support other people, then you've got to make sure you've got everything you need in place to support you. Therapists need therapy. Spiritual life coaches need spiritual life coaches. or a life coach. Everyone needs what they give off, yeah? An investor needs to be invested in. Keep moving forward. The past isn't going anywhere, so continue to make peace with it, okay? Love the people in your life that love you and that have healthy presence in your reality who make you feel good, yeah? Without the ego, without the excess ego, though. And then keep going. Keep healing, keep loving, and keep staying positive. Love and light, Leo.